Welcome along to my 2025 Las Vegas Grand Prix predictions. In this series, we predict everything from a good surprise to the top 3 in the Grand Prix. If you guys want me to do this for every single weekend for the rest of the season, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Let's do this. So we're going to start off like we always do with a good surprise, and I've gone for a driver who's been very unlucky this season, but I feel like his luck will change this weekend. I have gone for Charles Leclerc to be a good surprise. I feel like the Ferrari is going to be very, very good around this circuit. It always seems to be quite well around here, even though they've only had this track for 2 years, and in those 2 years they've been either the fastest or the second fastest car in those 2 years. And I'm pretty confident about this prediction. Moving on to the biggest letdown. Obviously, this is a driver or a team that's just going to disappoint everyone. And I have gone for a team this weekend. And this one is probably the most obvious one out of all of them. I have gone for McLaren to be the biggest letdown. I feel like this is not going to be a strong track for the McLaren car. It's very draggy, it doesn't like long straight, it doesn't like cold temperatures, and all that is just gonna be a disaster in my opinion. I still think Norris and Piastri will do the most they can with this McLaren car, but I don't think they're going to be in contention for even a podium. Moving on to pole position, and this one is probably the hardest one I've ever had to do. Throughout the whole season, I could have gone for a lot of different drivers, apart from the McLaren drivers and Sonoda, obviously. There's a lot of drivers apart from that, which I could have gone for, but I have gone for my good surprise pick, Charles Leclerc, to be on pole position. Like I said, I think Leclerc is very good around here. I think the Ferrari's going to be very good around here. And in general, with that combination, I think Leclerc is just going to dominate, I reckon, in qualifying. And I wouldn't be surprised if this could be one of the biggest pole margins of the season, because he's always very good around this circuit. And yeah, that's just my opinion. Moving on to the podium positions. In third place, in my opinion, for the Las Vegas Grand Prix, I have got Lewis Hamilton to finish in third position. I think Hamilton is going to be really competitive this weekend. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Ferrari 1-2 in qualifying and the race, but I want to just be a little bit cautious with my predictions, and I think Hamilton third is sort of realistic. Like I obviously said plenty of times in this video, the Ferrari is going to be really competitive around here, and I think Hamilton will get his first podium of the year. To be fair, the last time I said this, it aged really poorly, so hopefully this ages quite well. Moving on to second position, and this may be a bit of a surprise pick, but I don't think it is. I have gone for George Russell to finish in second position. The Mercedes, in my opinion, is going to be really good around here. They always like Las Vegas, they like the cold temperatures with that car, and I think Russell's also good around here. He won here last year pretty dominantly as well in that Mercedes. And I think the Mercedes and the Ferrari could be quite close this weekend, but I think the Ferrari will just have a slight edge in the race, and that's why this particular driver, I think, is going to win the race. I kind of spoiled it, but for my race winner for the 2025 Las Vegas Grand Prix, I have Charles Leclerc to win the Las Vegas Grand Prix. It's going to have to happen at some point. Leclerc's got to win a race. He hasn't had a magical weekend for a very long time, a very, very long time, and I think it's going to happen this weekend, in my honest opinion. Moving on to my 3 random predictions. Let me know down in the comments, do you want me for next season to make this 5 random predictions? It's going to be really tough because honestly 3 is hard enough, but 5, that's going to be a real challenge. But let me know in the comments if you want me to do it. But my first random prediction for the 2025 Las Vegas Grand Prix is to be 3 or more red flags in qualifying. I've looked at the weather forecast. I know you shouldn't really look at weather forecasts, but it's reported one, to be very cold, and two, to be raining. Cold and rain does not go very well together, and I think it will be absolute carnage in qualifying. I wouldn't be surprised if Carlos Sainz or Alex Albon get pole position. I'm only joking, but I think it'll be a very chaotic qualifying session, and that's why I've gone for 3 or more red flags in qualifying. My second round of prediction for the Las Vegas Grand Prix is no McLaren in the top 5. I think this is realistic. To be honest, the McLaren, in my opinion, will not be good around this circuit. All I'm going to say is if Norris or Piastri win this Grand Prix, they deserve a lot of credit, because I don't think the McLaren will be anywhere near the pace of the Ferrari and the Mercedes. I think they'll be on the similar pace to Red Bull, but I think even Red Bull will be faster than them, and that's why I've gone with McLaren to not finish in the top 5. My final random prediction for the Las Vegas Grand Prix is Haas move up to 7th position in the Constructors' Championship. I need to get a point at least. This is most likely going to happen. Out of all the predictions, I think this is the most likely one to happen, because Behrman is on a brilliant run of form. Haas have been very competitive. Most of the tracks we've gone to recently, Singapore, Kota, Mexico and Brazil, they've all been competitive tracks for the Haas team. I feel like Behrman is really rising at this moment in time. Ocon is doing pretty decently as well, but I think Haas will move up to 7th and maybe move up to 6th if they score a lot of points. But anyway, that is the end of my predictions. A bit of a shorter one. I did kind of rush through this. I do apologise. I've been very busy as of late. I do apologise. But hopefully next week we'll have a few more videos coming out. Obviously the rankings video, and then my predictions for the Qatar Grand Prix, and maybe a random video in between, maybe, who knows. But that's it, and I'll see you guys for a new video coming soon. Bye.